y'all, welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. I'm Alex and I'm here to do a special Mercury Retrograde reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? Keep in mind it's a general reading, so it can apply to everyone. So let me just give you a quick overview of what my intentions are for this reading. I'll try to make it quicker than what I make Capricorns. I apologize. So I am not an astrologer. However, I do know a little bit about a lot of things about astrology. That's my next goal, is to become fully trained in astrology because I really am passionate about it. But I am extremely intuitive, not only with individuals, but with the energy surrounding me. So like before I even know there's a retrograde or some kind of planetary aspect or an eclipse or full moon, like I feel it. I feel it before I see it. I feel it before it happens. Even with major earth events, I feel them. I'm just learning to embrace it, you know, tried to talk myself out of it forever. Anyway, you'll get that story one day. Point being, so this reading is not about aspects and planets and what specifically is happening in your houses. If you would like that kind of information, there are several readers online that I see have already begun to post their assessments and interpretations of the planetary alignments during this Mercury retrograde and how it affects different houses. This is an intuitive reading based off of the energies I feel. This one I feel is very, very intense. I don't know if it's because of my placements alone, but I feel overall it's intense. Also, it's in its home planet. Mercury and Gemini are quite acquainted and familiar and comfortable with each other. So anyway, retrogrades typically highlight areas that we need to revisit or reassess in our lives. And again, based off of planetary alignments in your charts, you know, you can get more specifics about that. I am intuitively, and along with the help of tarot, going to tell you what this retrograde could be bringing into focus for you and what the outcome could be if you properly use this energy during this retrograde to work through either these issues or highlight these areas, how it can help you and what the outcome could be for your life. I tried to shorten it, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna do a Soul's Guidance Oracle card to give an overall theme. And then I'm gonna do a 6-card, or is that 7-card horseshoe spread to get more detail about this retrograde energy, and then I'll clarify those even further as I see necessary. So let's get started. Your oracle card is friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And let me take a quick look. Here we go. Sorry, hold it up a little closer for you. So, you know that saying, people are in our lives for reasons, seasons, or however it goes, I don't remember. Basically, that some people are in our lives forever, some people temporarily, but there's always a reason. There's always a reason. So let's look a little bit at an extended version of this card, and then we'll jump into the tarot. All humans are created from the same source, but there are some souls that share unique kinship. Friendship can be the most exciting and beautiful experience on earth, but it can also be frustrating and heartbreaking. Understanding that everyone in your path is here to teach you something. It may be for a year or a lifetime. Together, you will teach each other various lessons of the heart, such as trust, loyalty, love, and admiration. The bonds of friendship are often stronger than those of family. This is very true. You have formed a bridge of understanding between the two of you that has stood the test of time and of lifetimes. A true friend. Oh, I'm getting a strong hit. Hold on, let me get through this, Spirit. Oh. A true friend will illuminate your path instead of dim it. He or she will give advice with your best interest at heart. To be able to communicate at a soul level with another human being is the biggest treasure of the physical dimension. Gemini, you are being advised by Spirit to really focus on your friendships because, again, it's said in here, friendships oftentimes, those bonds can be stronger than blood family, than our DNA related family. And the reason for that is because we choose these people. We choose to bond. We choose the continuance of the relationship. They are not automatically in our paths when we're born. Sometimes they are, you know, there are people that are around that we become friends with. But in general, we choose these people. So it's very important, which date do I want to use? During this retrograde, that you really assess in conjunction with your purpose. and your plan, the people surrounding you and how they relate to that. You might need to revisit some decisions you've made about who you've allowed in your space. You are allowed to do that. You are allowed to change your mind is what I'm hearing. You are allowed to be wrong. If you were wrong and pushed away some people and now you realize, maybe I was in the bad headspace. Maybe their intentions were pure. Maybe, I handled that wrong. I fumbled. The door is open for you to rekindle or at least rectify the situation, even if the friendship cannot be rekindled. But there's something that needs to be addressed about the configuration of your soul family. So let's get into it. Spirit, can I get messages to help Gemini alchemize this energy of this retrograde? What is it that Gemini needs to focus on for the retrograde? What is it that Gemini needs to focus on for this retrograde, Spirit? Let me get the best messages. I'm hearing an old spread that I did, Everything Matters. Now, I don't remember if that was your reading, Gemini. Everything matters. Everything matters. And it was really, what was that about? Okay. Making choices and realizing that karma works both ways. So just as much as you have good karma owed to you, you have to be careful about even how you handle the people who put negative energy out towards you, even if you weren't deserving of it. How you handle it creates karma for you. Now, I don't know why that's significant. If you want to go back and look, I'm not trying to pine for views, I promise you. So it did come up though. So if you want to go back and look at that reading, I don't remember if it was for you or for Pisces, but it's just search my old videos. Anyway. The highlight for the retrograde for you, the Knight of Pentacles. Slowly building and making steps towards building a foundation, keeping your eye on the prize, along the way enjoying life, working and accumulating other goals, I hear, in conjunction with the primary goal, but still also taking other things into consideration. So if this is for you, I feel like if your main goal right now is to build a career, there are some other opportunities that may come into your path. Open it up to something other than the main goal. Continue to move forward, but slow down a little bit and enjoy life is what I'm hearing. There's more than aspects to life than the ones that you deemed were important. I'm getting all of that from the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, I am. I feel like this is in your present energy and something for you to identify during this retrograde, Gemini, because you have not been quite allowing yourself to move through life with the most open of hearts. I don't see this as a person in the past. I see this as you. And I don't see this as you being like sneaky or conniving, emotionally manipulative. I see this as you being cut off in your heart space. So I'm an intuitive reader. If you've already seen my other videos, I've said this a million times, but I have a lot of new people coming to the channel. I know the textbook definition of cards, but I also have my own assigned definitions for some cards, and I also intuitively get hits that mean something different. So Knight of Cups in reverse typically can be about emotional manipulation, but I feel like this is more you maybe emotionally manipulating yourself by not allowing your heart space to come through. So you're being asked to slow down. Remember everything in conjunction with this overall message of friendship, okay? You're being asked to slow down and evaluate the importance of things other than the thing that you decided you're going for, other than your ultimate, what you placed importance on. Because you can find some surprising things along your way, along your journey. Doing so, it brings you to a place, Judgment card, right? So the end of this Mercury retrograde for you is really going to highlight how opening up to other avenues of joy, love, pleasure, opening up to other points of view, opening yourself up to other experiences really contributes to your overall happiness and well-being, even maybe more so than the main thing that you deemed of importance. Again, we'll clarify to get a little less, ethereal, bring this down and a little bit more earthy with it. I will do some clarifying. The energy surrounding you right now is Queen of Cups. So for the Geminis that this is for, during this retrograde, you may find that you feel a lot more. See, you're coming out of a space of kind of fighting those feelings, almost as being thrown into them completely. The energy of love, intuition, passion, artistic ventures, like that is really, really, really surrounding you in the forms of people, opportunities, places, experiences. And it's almost like it's hunting you down right now, Gemini. It's not that you don't enjoy those things. I think you've kind of put them in a place of unimportance, and Spirit is saying they're not unimportant. As a matter of fact, they're way more important than you realize. And for some of you, more important than the thing that you think is the thing. Okay? I know. Work with me. We're going to make more sense. Give me 1 second, Gemini. Okay, sorry. So your obstacle position is 6 of Cups. Now, this can go a couple of different ways. This could be family surrounding you that I'm hearing hasn't been supportive. Ooh, another hit. Hold on now. Okay, overall theme of friendships, right? Remember how the extended version of the definition, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, right? In the book, it also highlighted that sometimes these people can make more of an impact and be more important than those that we share DNA with. Your DNA, folks. 6 of Cups is also soulmate energy, but I'm feeling this. It's also an energy of familiarity, comfort, people that feel like family. I feel like this is your family. Okay. And they're in an obstacle position because maybe there's some of the people in your life that had you feeling like this part of you wasn't as important, maybe as the Pentacles, right? So you've been moving along trying to build a foundation, trying to accumulate the Pentacles, trying to work on the main goal, doing things in order as they've outlined for you, trying to follow the blueprint. There really is no blueprint. I'm here to tell you it's all bullshit, between me and you. But I digress. They're in your obstacle position. They may not actively be stopping you from doing anything you want to do, but there's some sets of beliefs and ways of growing and maturing into who you are now that have hindered you from being able to see the beauty surrounding you right now. And this is where your friendships or your soul family could potentially step in. And maybe that the Queen of Cups represents them. They're opening your eyes up to a whole nother way of being. And it's not to negate the way that the things that you value up until this point or prioritize. It's not to say they're not important. It's just to get you to understand that importance is relative, right? So you have to, during this retrograde energy, start to reevaluate some of the things that you prioritize with regards to them getting you to a point of ultimate happiness and where you want to be in life. I think that Spirit is saying that this retrograde is bringing you into a place of reevaluating that ranking system and where it comes from and whether or not it accurately even reflects you, or if it was just something that was embedded in you by your traditional family structure. But as you spend more time with your soul family and your friends, you start to realize, hey, I kind of quite enjoy these things or this way of thinking. And they share this with me. And I can see how, as these people live their lives out, that reflects more me. Not what I was born into, but what I chose. It reflects me a little bit more. The advice, Eight of Swords in reverse. Get out of your head, Gemini. That's quite an interesting piece of advice for a Gemini. Get out of your head. So during this retrograde, why are you stuck? Start asking yourself questions. Maybe write down the questions. Meditate on the questions. Are you really stuck at all? These swords and the Eight of Swords are perceived boundaries, but at any time this person can walk through these swords. At any time this person's hands are not really bound so tightly that they can't move them. They can take off the blindfold. They can walk beyond the swords. They can get to the pyramids. In the traditional right of way, they can cross the bridge and get to the castle. They have access to everything they need to live a fulfilling life. Let's refocus here. Yeah, they have access to everything they need. But for some reason, they feel tied and bound. And oftentimes with the Eight of Swords energy, that tie and those binds are things that are placed there by family. So it's like a suggestion that became handcuffs for you. An implied way of doing things that became ball and chains with regard to how you see the world and how you view happiness. If you take this advice, the outcome is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit in action is someone who goes within and withdraws to seek clarity. But the end game is that the end of that is that they get clarity. In this Hermit card, they're able to see, she's going into this room until she can see her reflection. She's going in this room to look in the mirror to see herself. So the end is that you see yourself. You see who you are. You start to differentiate the boundaries between you and them. What's me? What's your opinion? What's fact? What's your preference? And what's a strict guideline? What do I want versus what you think I should do? And you're really being encouraged. You know what? Spirit is saying that this Hermit, unlike the traditional meaning of the Hermit card, is to get lost in your friendships. You may need to pull away. I don't think you necessarily need to pull away from your friend group. You may need to go into Hermit mode with those who reflect, who only allow you to reflect a certain side of yourself or a certain part of your beliefs. But at the end of the day, you find yourself, which ultimately leads to happiness. So let's do some clarifying. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is you closing off your heart space in a recent past. I think you did this because it conflicted with everything you had been taught. Everything that was projected or displayed to you as the right way. The Geminis that I'm talking to, your heart space it didn't match what made everybody else comfortable. I'm hearing some of you, this could be an issue about sexuality. I'm hearing that. This is not the entire group. For a small group of you, this could be an issue about feeling comfortable. In this day and age in general, it's more accepted, but I think people forget that doesn't mean that on a personal level and in some other more insidious ways that people are still find themselves being oppressed about their because of their sexuality. So I'm hearing that for some of you, this is about sexuality. Let's see. Yeah, really got on the defensive in the past. You kind of protected that part of you. because it made you feel left out. One more card. Ooh, hold on. One more card, Spirit, for Gemini regarding this. The Hermit again. The Hermit again. So you felt like you had to protect that part of you from the outside world. This Knight of Cups that you hid, that you suppressed, it's a part of you that you do believe in. You know it's part of you. You know it's real, but you kind of like, okay, I cannot take this with me, because if I'm open about this aspect of me, I can't get to the main thing. And again, I don't know what the main thing is. That is a fill in the blank for you all who resonate with this. But the main thing is not the main thing, is what I'm hearing. Five of Pentacles, whatever this part of you was, whether or not, it could be something as simple as, you are from a family. It's not simple, but who really wants you to be doctor, lawyer, teacher, whatever. Something very formal and traditional. You want to paint. You want to go on a journey through the Sahara and gain inspiration for a book that you're writing. But your parents feel like that's complete rubbish and you should be focusing on your schoolwork, something like that. But it could be something way more intense, like I said, like sexuality, sexual identity. I'm also hearing deciding you want a child, but you don't have the formal family structure, but you don't want it, right? You want a child, you don't want something that goes against the grain. And you haven't gone in and knowing, in this Hermit card, I feel like this is that part of you that's hidden. And no matter how much you try, there's a light to that aspect of you that deserves to be outside of this cave. There's a light that you can't hide. And the more you try to suppress it, the more it shines, the more it desires to shine and be seen. Hold on one moment, Gemini. Okay. So let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles. The energy for the retrograde, you're being encouraged to kind of slow down, continue, not drop whatever it is. There's some part of what you're doing that is true to you. Also happens to be a little bit more socially acceptable to those whose opinions you've allowed to, kind of dim out part of your light. So that aspect of you is still a part of you. So you're being encouraged to keep building, but slow down and take a look at everything else around you that you've kind of, Lord, deemed as not important. Something. Can we get more clear? Can we get one card at a time, Spirit? Let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles for Gemini. Death, rebirth, but in reverse. So not being hesitant or to let this new part of you be free. Knight of Wands. That's the passionate part of you. The World card. Yeah. By hook or by crook, the universe is going to have its way. Knight of Wands is very attractive, intuitive, passionate, strong. Oh, this is King of Wands. Oh, excuse me. Excuse the heck out of me. So, you see how this knight is looking over here? Stop and smell the roses. Look at something other than just the path, the thing that you deemed was important. You don't want to let this King of Wands out. That's your full power. You really are hesitant to let the world see, but see, the King of Wands is attractive. The King of Wands draws, not only physically attractive, but draws in and attracts a lot of positive things and abundance and attention towards him. And this could be male or female. That is a cycle that needs to end, is fighting this fighting off this evolution. It's like you're not comfortable with letting the world see you, Gemini. Seeing you for all your talents, your abilities, seeing you for all aspects of you and your desires, whatever it is almost more important than what you've considered yourself, convinced yourself is the main thing. Judgment card. What's the judgment card for Gemini? As far as in and off this retrograde, the Emperor. Can I get 2 more cards? Ooh, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And let me tell you, hold on, let me get 1 more card. You are allowed to change course. You're allowed to change course. You're allowed to, it's not about becoming a different person. It's about starting to let certain aspects of yourself shine through. Hold on 1 second. 1 more card, please, Spirit. Okay, if I don't get a popper, I'm going to pull one. 1 more card. One more card, please, Spirit. Okay, let's pull. It's about really, okay. You got the Emperor and the Empress out. And then you got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Whatever you've been doing, as big as it may seem to everybody else, and as important as everybody else made it seem, is not the big thing. You need to pull back on that energy. Slow down. I'm trying to make this more like, let me give you a real world example. What is it? So, you decide you want to go to medical school. That's a big one, especially for a lot of parents. You want to go to medical school. You are interested in medicine. You do have a desire and a pull towards it. But deep down, you like making jewelry. Now, when you at face value look at these 2 things, jewelry to you, you've minimized it as just a hobby. And something that you can do on the side while you pay for undergrad before you go to medical school, or save up for medical school. Something you could do on the side to kind of get out your creative energy. But in reality, medical school isn't the main thing. And maybe really what you've deemed is the main thing needs to be the side thing. So during this retrograde, you need to really examine how you prioritized your hobbies versus your passions versus your callings, all of those things. And you are not going to get that clarity from people who raised you. You're not going to get that clarity from your aunts and your uncles and your kinfolk. You're going to get it from your soul family, because those are the people you chose at a soul level. And they're more reflective. Something tells me the Geminis I'm talking to, these are the people that are a bit more reflective of who you actually are. So you might be going to medical school, but the closest friend you have right now is mixed pottery, or the person you admire the most or you find yourself the most drawn to is a painter. And it seems like y'all are in 2 different worlds, but you really aren't. Emperor and Empress energy reflects to me that the decisions that you make to rebalance these things bring you into a divine union with yourself and your desires that are not only reflective of you, but they bring way more abundance and almost more of an empire for you than this other thing, than the medical school does. Empress and Emperor rule an empire. Not just one country, not just a town. They're not the county commissioner. They rule an empire. Your empire isn't where you thought it was, and you need to reevaluate what got you to that place and reprioritize. It's repetitive, but it's important. Retrogrades, again, they allow us to take a look at these things, because if we can properly harness that and learn the lessons, we can evolve. So let's clarify the Queen of Cups. Who are these people around you? Or what's this energy around you? I want to know. The Lovers. Oh, is it a partner? Do you have a partner around you that's supporting you through this transition, this potential transition? Three of Wands. Again, the people that are drawn to you and you today at a soul level. They also bring in other aspects of you, Ace of Wands, that speak to your spiritual and creative side. Listen, stick with these people. This retrograde time, indulge, almost overindulge in these energies. These people that support this creative, intuitive, free-flowing energy that you have, that maybe goes against everything that everyone else knows you for, the people that you grew up knowing you for. Hang with them people right now. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. They're going to bring you around to accepting, understanding, and evolving something in you that leads to so much abundance you don't even realize it, Gemini. Six of Cups, obstacle. Again, I feel like this is, old ways of thinking brought on by family. Judgment again. Eight of Swords again. Nine of Swords. Okay. Obstacle position. This makes so much sense. Thank you, Spirit. These messages are so clear today. Again, I said, and I'm sorry, the light kind of. Let me bring some more light in for you. Okay. So again, I said I feel like the Six of Cups is, because it's in your obstacle position, it's encouraging you to not let these people's thoughts on where your life should go and how you should process and handle your life, or the way they prioritize different aspects of life, to hinder you. And clarifying that you got Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, and Judgment. Now, this is very much sequential. From being in your head and almost stressed and fighting yourself. You can't sleep at night. You're stressed out. You're traumatized. Maybe you're going to a job you don't like. Maybe you really don't like the formality of medical school. Maybe medical school is just the interest, right? And you do like watching, My 600-Pound Life, or you like watching The Pimple Popper or whatever, but it's not really your calling. And you feel that discrepancy deep down on the soul level, and it's really causing you a lot of stress. I'm sorry, I said 9, 10. It's 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. It's causing you a lot of distress. And then to the point where it's manifesting into sleep disturbances, sleep disruptions. It's causing you conflict to try to follow someone else's blueprint. Judgment card. You have to make a decision about what stays and what goes from what you learn from these people, because everything doesn't apply to you. And if it don't apply, let it fly. And I find that funny, because look at this Judgment card. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now, really, this is the evolution of this person's spirit. But in this context, if it don't apply, let it fly. Release it. Release those old ways of thinking. And understand they may have something to say about it, but oh well, you have to live your life and be happy with it. The Hermit as the outcome, if you're able to work with this retrograde energy. I think this is the last thing I'm going to clarify. The Eight of Swords in reverse is pretty clear. Hermit card in reverse. Spirit, please clarify the Hermit card in reverse with regard to the not in reverse. The Hermit card with regard to the outcome, if Gemini is able to work with Nine of Pentacles. Makes so much sense. You see you. Now you can work on building up you. The Fool card makes sense. Now you can take risks that are guided by faith. You can take a leap of faith. You don't have the baggage of other people's expectations anymore. One more card to what is this? Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Moving on to calmer waters. If you can alchemize this energy available for this retrograde Gemini, you are able to move into a phase of lightening your load. Being happy, moving to calmer waters, and working on the things that bring you the ultimate happiness, not everybody else. So I'm losing my battery strength, but this is ultimately the message, Gemini. Very exciting for you. Please don't fight the transition. Hang around your friends, indulge in your soul family. They are going to help guide you through this. Not typically the people that you've been leaning on in the past. They mean well, but you know, the road to hell was paved with good intentions, as they say. So anyway, I hope this helps. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, love you guys.